Hi, folks, and welcome to my studio. There's a lot of things going on at Sherwood Oaks Christian Church, specifically a lot of things going on the west side. So come on in, have a seat, and let's talk about a few of those things. Hi, my name is Mike Richardson, and in my studio tonight is Neil Donhauer. Neil is the lead elder or head elder? What do you call it?
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. He's one of the main elders of Sherwood Oaks Christian Church. And Neil, going through a lot of these transitions, things that we're going through right now, there's a lot of questions. And so I was asking Neil some stuff. He says, hey, why don't we just pop into the studio and do a video podcast? That way we can answer a lot of questions that a lot of people can hear the answers instead of just one-on-one. You could never go one-on-one with everybody. Yeah. So that's why we're in here today.
From that initial group, there were 25 people from the Sherwood Oaks East Campus who said, we will go help. So it was
we'll go meet in the bar at the west side.
We'll meet in the bar on the west side,
right?
Turn the disco ball on, and play some bingo, and we'll worship, right?
Wow.
And so that was the humble beginning part, right? And God really blessed this effort. And, you know, people started inviting friends and coworkers and family and neighbors. And so 7 years later, we're running 650 on an average Sunday, you know, with both online and live. And it continues, that number continues to escalate. A few weeks ago, we had 11 chairs left.
That's not many.
In the 9:30 service. And the kids are, you know, bouncing off these small walls.
Yes.
And we've gone to, AMVETS has been great to work with, but we're just out of space, and so are they.
Well, I know that even parking, people are parking in fields that don't belong. I mean, you know, they're parking everywhere.
Yeah.
You have fire marshal concerns, let's be honest. We don't want to talk too loud on that.
Yeah.
But you can't put 1,000 people in a 350 capacity. You cannot. I mean, okay. Kids are bouncing off the wall. Like I said, our future generation teens are meeting in a house up on the hill.
That's right.
Men study or having Bible study in a barn, for crying out loud. Okay, that's all good. We got great problems. That's a good problem to have. But what got me going on this was the study you guys did and the number of people. Now, just mention these numbers. Now, statistics are what they are. 6,500, 3,500, 4,000, 7,000. Now, those numbers mean nothing unless you know the context.
Yeah, give some context.
Please, because those numbers, Neil, if Apostle Paul was here today, he would start a church right where we are because of why? What did you find out on that survey?
Yeah, so we looked at, we not only looked at the west side of Bloomington, but we looked at the, 5 miles in a radius around our East Campus, our Bedford campus, East being also Iglesia Hispana. Mm-hmm. And then we looked at the 5 miles around where we meet at the West Campus. And within that 5 mile radius, we found that there were 9,000 people who don't know Jesus.
There's the 9,000 reasons you mentioned.
That's the 9,000 reasons. But there, you know, if you look beyond that, there's another 7,000 people, Mike, who have walked away from their faith.
What do they call that now? The buzzword, deconstructing their faith, or
They've
whatever
deconstructed their faith in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, the West Side is growing. There's another 1,000 people that are moving into the West Side.
What?
By the year 2025. So you have, you know, with those numbers, you have the 17,000 number. So that's roughly half the people who live in Westside proper of 36,000.
And that's huge potential. But I think what either got me excited and sad at the same time, Neil, was that 6,500 people, families there, are struggling with. Go ahead, talk about that. Some of the addictions
let's talk through that. So what we found in our research was there's another 6,000 people who are struggling as a family, raising kids, a marriage. It's a family unit challenge. There's another 5,000 people who are dealing with drug and alcohol abuse within 5 miles. There's another 4,500 people who are trying to deal with aging parents, not knowing exactly what their next steps are.
Right.
And then the final number is there's 3,500 who are dealing with an abusive relationship in their home. So when we look at the 17,000, here's another 18,000 who are unsure about where they're going to go for what their next step is
Right.
the next day.
Right.
So there's a harvest and opportunity right in our backyard to be the church. And then we keep saying, we're actually not, our goal isn't to build a church.
Yeah.
Our goal is to be the church.